The thunderous growl of heavy machinery shattered the serene dawn at my 150-year-old ranch, ripping through the silence like a betrayal of everything sacred. It wasn't just disruption, it was an attack on 3 generations of grit, sacrifice, and unyielding hope my family had invested in this hallowed earth in Willow Ridge. Lydia Lyd Whitaker and her HOA vultures had finally crossed into unforgivable territory, transforming my bountiful fields that once sustained half the county into their ego-driven sandbox, dubbing it a neighborhood beautification, as if they were saints granting me mercy. I'd endured their insidious mind games far too long, but this invasion ignited a fire that would expose raw truths and spark endless debates. When I emerged from my cabin barehanded, they smirked like victors. Seconds later, I reappeared with an item that halted them cold, its steel sheen mocking them under the midday glare. What one misguided scoop of soil unleashed on that HOA would fuel arguments about justice, greed, and power for years. Where are you hearing this tale from? Because the twists ahead will force you to confront if the system's rigged beyond repair. At 6 a.m. sharp, the grind of metal on rock yanked me from sleep. Peering through my cabin's aged panes, I spotted a hulking yellow bulldozer ravaging my barley patch like a monster from ancient lore, its claw gouging soil my great-grandfather broke in 1874. The driver, a lanky fellow named Theo Vance, manipulated the levers with detached skill, oblivious to demolishing a heritage priceless beyond dollars. Overseeing it all like a warlord was Lyd Whitaker, clad in an immaculate white ensemble worth more than most folks' rent, her raven locks gleaming as she snapped commands into her device. Her presence on my turf without a word sent rage surging, yet my engineering past had drilled in caution over impulse. I laced my boots and stepped into the crisp air, where diesel stench clashed with the raw scent of upturned dirt. "Hey," I bellowed, voice echoing over the field. "What in God's name are you up to?" Theo shut down the beast, the abrupt quiet as shocking as the clamor. Lyd pivoted with a serpent's grin, gripping a bulging folder. "Morning, Nathan," she cooed, opting for my formal name over Nate to assert dominance. "Sorry if we roused you, but under the revised HOA upgrade protocols, this zone's earmarked for prompt enhancement." She pointed to a sign hammered in overnight, its post violating my ancestral ground. Willow Ridge HOA Community Upgrade Area blared in aggressive font, spiking my fury. "Upgrade area?" I echoed, straining for calm amid urges to lash out. "This is my domain, Lyd. Private. Your HOA holds no sway." Her arrogant gaze screamed she believed she'd outmaneuvered fate. With dramatic flair, she unveiled papers adorned with phony stamps. "Nathan, had you checked our emails on the bylaw expansions, you'd see this parcel's under our boundary growth rules." That's when I retreated indoors and emerged with what bleached her composure frayed scroll, ancient as myth, etched with boundaries and pre-Civil War autographs from the territorial governor. "Behold," I declared, unfurling it gingerly, "the 1874 land deed, federally logged before your clique existed. Your rules crumble against this." Theo descended the machine, bewilderment plain, as Lyd's sibling, Mia, clumsily handled her files, letting slip an email that danced to the dirt. Titled Stage 1 Basin Dig from 3 weeks back, it referenced mineral claims, unmasking their charade as premeditated. I seized it. "Seems you've been scheming in shadows, Lyd." Her pallor shifted to fury as she snatched it, but the seed of doubt was sown. As Lyd and Mia peeled away in her luxury sedan, I crouched by the crater Theo's rig had birthed. My pulse raced at the sight of stone laced with shimmering threads. Lithium or premium quality, potentially worth fortunes if abundant. 2 decades in geology screamed this was deliberate. I shrouded the specimen in my kerchief, concealing the spot. My initial outreach was to Judge Elias Thornton, a grizzled retiree and my grandpa's old confidant, versed in land disputes and town intrigue. "Nate, you sound rattled," he rasped, concern thick. "Lyd Whitaker's been greasing palms of every voter and signer. Been bracing for her strike on your spread." His words confirmed. This was orchestrated over months, propped by corrupt commissioners. Theo hung back, remorse etched deep. "Mr. Hale, They swore you to prove the basin. Doubled my fee for Dawn Start. Extra cash reeked of bribes or silence buys. I assured him victimhood bound us, eyeing him as a future witness. Then LYD's sedan stormed back, shadowed by a dark truck. Two suited thugs exited, one with a dossier, their bulges hinting firepower. Mr. Hale, LYD purred falsely. These men guarantee our initiatives uninterrupted. The bulkier one recited, via County Edict 743D, this site's blighted, demanding swift fix. Evacuate in 24 hours or face obstruction charges. Pure fabrication, yet Mia's jittery spill of her bag revealed a Carlson Geo assessment card linking to cross-state mining probes. I tucked that intel, insisting on lawyer review. LYD's ire flared as they departed. Dawn brought a patrol car, slashing my deadline. Deputy Owen Keller, son of a defunct gold miner, approached with a warrant, unease evident. Claims of menacing HOA with lethal force, he muttered. Paper from Judge Fiona Lang. A fresh bench warmer funded by corporate donors. Allegation, shotgun waving at 8:15 a.m. prior. Absurd but potent. Owen rummaged, tagging my grandpa's licensed Browning with regret. Spotting the lithium glint on my counter, he hissed, Dad mined decades. That's jackpot or. This ain't about basins, huh? I affirmed, nodding it to the card. Mia's outside broadcast, branding me a menace, swayed locals against me. Lawyer Elena Vargas, Thornton's pick, rolled in as Owen wrapped up. She shredded the warrants Haste issued under 12 hours post a day-old gripe. A 3:47 a.m. fax from Carlson Geo screamed collusion. Evening news on Channel 5 dubbed me volatile landowner. LYD's weepy clip casting her as martyr, omitting digs and surveys. Neighbors calls Mrs. Patterson pushing therapy. Luis Gomez doubting upkeep highlighted narrative warfare's speed. Elena unearthed fraud at records. HOA's 2019 title mismatched 1972 charts. Vanished files pointed to years-long pilfering from owners. I enlisted XPI Frank Wolf Donovan, who exposed LYD's Texas fraud rap and taps to Carlson. Her syndicate mapped minerals regionally, faking titles to extract and fence via dummies. Cleanup loomed. Obliterate proofs. Frame me for torching and narcotics. 3 a.m. alert from Frank. They're arson-bound tonight, planting dope to mimic fraud. I phoned Owen, leveraging his doubt. Mia showed up frantic, spilling LYD's biennial plot, sham HOAs, payoffs, and vanishings for resistors. Her captures detailed messages, even bogus bombs framing me terrorist. Owen fetched Agent Lucia Reyes from Feds, unveiling LYD's 12-state resource heist web. We baited, permit intrusion, film felonies. 4 a.m. A shadowy SUV crept in, not standard thugs, but armed pros with blasts and contraband. Phony sheriff wave grabs. I surfaced unarmed, feigning surrender, then fetched my Browning and evidence vault deeds, samples, Mia's proofs. Feds erupted, beams piercing night. Mia, mic'd, betrayed LYD, handed them all mails, grafts, intimidations, arson policies. LYD's wail of treachery rang as cuffs clicked. Vault's 1874 map proved my kin held the HOA tracts minerals. Agent Reyes detailed, LYD's cartel looted millions over 40 sites, tainting officials high and low. Grandpa's ledger showed he'd guarded lithium since 1982, smartly masking via growth. LYD drew 15 years, accomplices charged. HOA crumbled. I proffered equitable buys to residents via ethical digs, hiring 200 locals. Planting lilies where LYD's sham started, I pondered. Justice isn't vengeance seats exhuming buried truths amid controversy. Ever battled thieving elites? Nate's saga argues one voice can dismantle rot, but at what cost to trust? Weigh in below.